So there's a couple of ways we could go about this one. My preference would be graphing, just because I think it's the easiest. But you could also do test points or a sign chart, as you preferred. I'll show graphing though. For our zeros, we would have x equals 0 from this one, and that's going to cross because it's multiplicity 3. We're going to have x equals 5 for this one, and that's going to bounce. So multiplicity 2. And x equals negative 4, and that's going to cross because it's multiplicity 1. So let's make a not very good graph over here. And we call that negative 4, and we want equals, so I'm going to put solid dots on these ends here. We have a 0 at 0, and then at 5, we'll have a solid dot. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. So if I FOILed all that mess out, which I don't want to do because I can just count the x's, it would come out to x to the 6th, which is positive even, which means it's going to kind of look like x squared. So that means we will start from the top at negative 4. I'm supposed to cross. So we'll come in here and we'll cross on negative 4. I'm supposed to cross on 0. And I'm supposed to bounce on the 5. And this says I want greater than or equal to 0. So that means I want the positive regions of the graph. So if you look right here, it's positive. So all of that would count. That's negative, so we don't want that part. We do want the zeros. This is positive. This is actually going to be continuous. If this didn't have that equals, I would have to exclude the 5. But since I'm including the 0, this is just one continuous positive or greater than or equal to 0 region from here on out. So nothing special about the 5. Again, if this had been this, then I would have to do 0 to 5. I would have to exclude both those endpoints. But that is not the case for this one. So for this one, our solution will be from negative infinity up to negative 4, and that would be a bracket, and then we'll union that from 0 and then off to infinity from there. Cool, that should be it. And again, if you preferred, you could also do test points. If you did test points, I would probably plug in negative 5, which that just seems really hard to plug that in and figure out what it's going to do to me, but you could do it. Negative 1, 1, and 6. To me, the graph is a lot easier to do, so that's the way I would go.